Okay, so I wanted to do this video. I'm not much of a YouTube person. I don't really know how to set up YouTube. So I'm just going to do this video based on things that I naturally know how to do. People know how to naturally do their own makeup. Some people can naturally sew. Some people naturally sing. I have not that I like to brag about it, but I do have a lot of talents. I do like to sing, but some people say I can't. That's fine. It's a matter of opinion, whatever. I do like to make my own clothing. I take old clothes and basically, I guess upcycle is the word that you call it. Sorry about my dog jumping around and playing in the background. It's just what she does. And then my sister has a rabbit that's making that noise. So anyways, over the years, I found myself unable to, I guess you can say, stay out of my mother's house. I've had my own place, and I've always kept it clean and things like that. But over time, I've either always had to move back in with my mother, and I'm not complaining. Yeah, it is frustrating anytime you've lived with someone and you've had to do things on your own, and then having to come live with them again. It does get frustrating because you're like, oh my God, they don't do things the way you do it, or you see things differently, or whatever. But I will say this, I am very grateful to have a mother that is willing to open up her home and share it with her family, her daughters, anyone that comes along. My mother is she's a very giving person. You come and visit her and you want to stay, she will open up her house to you and just make you feel comfortable. And the family is just like that. We make you feel a part of the family. You know, if you don't feel like you're part of the family, then I can only say that's kind of your problem, because we're a very welcoming type of people. Anyways, with all that said, living in Texas, moving back home, living with my mother. My mother is very short. She's about 4'7", so everything she has in her room, kitchen, her house all together is at one level across the room. It's like everything is in one spot. Me being 5 foot or 5'1", as the doctor says, have a little bit more length and stretch, not too much. So, but I can reach higher things. So when I see things, as she puts them, right at her eye level, so she can see them, it kind of makes me a little on edge. Anybody who knows me, I cannot stand clutter. I will go into a kitchen and basically walk right back out and starve, rather than, you know, eat something if it's dirty. If the kitchen is dirty, I'd rather starve and clean it and then eat, rather than just eat over the nasty mess that's there. My mom has a lot of back problems, so she doesn't really do a lot of cleaning. We do try to help her as much, but I mean, as much as we can. But with us also having jobs, we can't always sit around and clean as I would like to. And I'm not saying that, you know, it's a nasty mess. It's bearable, but if you're an immaculate type person and you cannot stand clutter or stuff all over the floor, and, you know, people just putting things wherever, like, I'm the kind of person, if you take something out of the cabinet, put it back. Take something out of the refrigerator, put it back. But, as I said, my mother, she's short. So when she's done with something, she kind of just puts it at her eye level where she can see it. So I'm going to show you her kitchen. And yes, I live here too. So you're probably going to say, well, if you don't like the mess, why don't you clean it up? Well, I am. I usually do. But I just want to share something because, like I said, I am not a clutter person. I cannot stand clutter. And in the smallest of spaces, if you got more stuff than you got space, you got to get rid of it. Well, my mom is the kind of person who she will buy a crock pot. And then she'll see another crock pot, and it's purple. And purple is her favorite color, but she's got to get that crock pot because it's purple. And then she'll see another crock pot that's not purple. It's silver, but it has a timer on it. And a couple more other buttons. And she's like, well, I got to get that one because I'm like, Mom, you already have crock pots. You have 2 crock pots. Or she'll get a coffee maker. And I'm like, Mom, you don't even drink coffee. Well, I want to get it because what if I have guests? Nobody ever comes to visit. We're usually going out. Yeah. That's just the type of person my mother is. She sees something, she's like, I gotta have it. She's working on it. She's getting better. But she's just like, I see it, I want it, I gotta have it, I'm gonna get it. So I'm just like, alright, so you have 5 sharp knife sets because this one dices and this one actually comes with a chopping block. Oh, this one comes with a chopping block and a sharpener. Oh, well, this one actually has a... I'm just like, oh my God. So she has... Anyways, for lack of better words, my mother has several things of the same type, but they all do different things. And I'm just like, why don't you just get one that does everything? Excuse me, but that was rude. My bad. But anyways, like I said, I wanted to show the kitchen to you. And yes, I am going to clean it. But this is my mother's kitchen. Let's see if I can turn this around. Alright. So as you can see, there's stuff everywhere. Uh-oh. Can you see that? Boxes. Dishes. Stuff all over the counter. Right there where she reaches, where she can reach. Her cabinet is what drives me crazy the most. This woman has cups of every sort and size. I'm just like, these, she goes and she gets them from restaurants or she gets it from like the senior center that she goes to. We've got all kinds of, I guess, what do you call them? These cups, you know, the tumblers, the, what is my sister? My sister has some kind of fancy word that she calls it. Anyways, so we've got all those kinds, and it's just like, oh my God, every single time she goes somewhere and there's like some type of promotion, she's got to get a new cup. Sorry, I had to bend down to pick something up. And that's just it. I'm always knocking stuff over. Right here, 2 sets of dog foods because now I'm babysitting or dog sitting my sister's dog. My dog's food, which is in a rabbit's bowl, which I kept so my dog can have her own little thing. Just stuff. Just stuff. Just stuff all over the counter. Where my mother, she has to have stuff in arm's length. Macaroni that she bought, she said she got 10 of these for $10. And yeah, sure, that's a great deal. Yeah, just stuff. All in her length where she can reach it. And it's just everywhere. Me, I am the type of person, like I said, if you're done with it, put it back. And I have tried to make provisions for her. Or I shouldn't say provisions. I've tried to make ways for her to have things in arm's length where she can get it and it's right in her eyesight so she can reach it, but not all over the counter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up with a way to make this a little less, like, not so much not cluttered, but just put things in a roundabout way where she could still reach it, but it doesn't look so claustrophobic, you know? That is my task for today. And it's not because she told me to. It's because Well, let's just say I see people turn things into things, other things all the time. I don't know what just happened to my camera. There we go. People take things and upcycle, recycle, just basically turn things around and make it into something else. Well, since I don't like clutter, and instead of complaining about it, I'm going to do something about it. So, hopefully the next videos you see from me, it will be how I have turned this whole kitchen into something that she can be okay with, reach and see things right at her eye level, and I'm not pulling my hair out trying to get into things. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to show you. This island here in the middle of our kitchen, she absolutely hates. I think it's nice. I think it's pretty cool. On the other side, there is this plug thing. I've never seen an island with a plug to it. Maybe I live under a rock somewhere. I don't know. But, sorry. Underneath here is bowls. And just bowls and bowls. Just stuff that she's collected and she just won't get rid of. And I'm just like, whenever I clean, I get rid of crap. Because that's what I see. I see crap. So, like I said, I'm going to see what I can do to make this a little bit of less of a mess. And maybe what I'm also hoping to do is that maybe I can get some feedback. Not just feedback, but I also want to be able to, if you or you know someone who has an issue with constantly putting things right at their fingertips and just piling stuff on top of stuff on top of stuff, maybe this will help, because it's a little bit disturbing. My mother hasn't gotten to the point where she's a hoarder. Well, anyways, she hasn't gotten to the point where it's unbearable, like you can't live in it. But she won't get rid of stuff either, so I guess you could call that hoarding. So what I want to do is make it where hopefully I can come up with a way, like I said, to make it a little less cluttered. And again, help somebody else. If you know someone who lives like this and you want to help them and give, or maybe get some ideas of, hey, I think I can do that, or I can do that for them, or show them how to do it, and they won't have so much stuff all over the place. And hopefully it'll come out right. Who knows? By the time I get done, it might be more stuff. But we'll see. Let's see how I do.